for the 12th straight year, the 13th annual event.
The pretty people
That's right. Tom Karen, the prettier Steve Lyons, and the prettiest Brittany Mason joining us. Brittany, you're 23 years old?
Yep.
You are here because you have gone through this. Tell us your story with the Jimmy Fund.
So I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma when I was 15. The summer after freshman year, I was pretty sick. I had this cough that just wouldn't go away. And we kept going back and forth to doctors, and they couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it might be asthma, an issue with my lungs. So finally, we went to the hospital and got a chest x-ray, and my whole chest was just filled with fluid. So we got rushed to Children's Hospital, had a chest tube put in, that helped drain out the fluid. And then the next day, I had a CAT scan to check the placement of the chest tube to make sure it was draining as it was supposed to. And that's when the doctors found the mass in my chest. So a couple days later, I had the biopsy, and the next night, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Brittany, you're a 15-year-old girl at the time. What was the first thought that ran through your head?
I don't want to lose my hair.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
And you did lose your hair.
I did.
Of course. But you told me when we were talking before we came on about the Jimmy Fund and your experience there and what they've given you.
I can't put into words how important the Jimmy Fund is to me. I don't think I could ever repay them for what they've done. They saved my life. The medicine there is huge. But not only is the medicine important, the other types of medicine as well, like the trips that all the kids go on. I was lucky enough to go to spring training in 2008 as well as Chicago that summer. I also went on Girls Weekend.
Girls Weekend.
We keep hearing about this.
I think those are definitely huge. Because not only do we get to kind of escape the cancer as much as we can, concerning running a trip with other cancer patients, but it's nice to just feel like a regular teenager and just be able to escape all the medicine, escape the treatment, and just have fun for a few days.
You know, when you're 15 years old, I'm sure you are the exception. Most 15-year-old girls are kind of wrapped up in their own lives. They're not really able to think beyond the moment. This changes everything. How important were those early days, those early experiences at the Dana-Farber, at the Jimmy Fund, kind of helping you meet other people, know that you're not alone, know that there's a path through all this? How much did that help you in those early days?
I think it definitely helped a lot. Before I started treatment, before I was diagnosed, I was kind of just a typical 15-year-old girl, but this experience definitely helped me put things in perspective. As soon as I walked into the Jimmy Fund, I was embraced with open arms. My nurse practitioner, Lisa, is amazing. She helped me through that diagnosis. It's tough. It was really hard walking into the clinic because I had just started losing my hair at that point, and at that point it was really starting to hit me that, wow, my life for the next few months is going to be different. But everyone there was super nice, super welcoming, willing to do whatever they needed to make my life easier while I was going through treatment. And a fun little story that I just remembered right now. I was in the Jimmy Fund the day before my 16th birthday getting a blood transfusion. And there was a chance that I was going to be there the next day, which would have just been so devastating for me because all I wanted to do was get my driver's permit and just be a normal 16-year-old. So when my nurse practitioner and some other nurses found out that it was my birthday the next day, they went and got me a little cake and a card and like the sparkling grape juice, and that just cheered me up so much. And it was just the little things like that that make a huge difference in the lives of the patients of the Jimmy Fund.
You told me that you have sort of a motto about bad hair days.
I do, yeah. When I was in the hospital one day, I was getting a little frustrated because my hair just was starting to fall out a little bit, and it wasn't going up into a ponytail the way I wanted to. And one of my nurses had walked in and heard me sighing, and he was like, you know, Brittany, a bad hair day is better than a no hair day. And I kind of just like brushed him off, like, yeah, whatever, okay. But then I thought about it for a minute, and I realized that it's not just about the hair. It helped made me realize to appreciate everything I have in life. I realized how lucky I am to have such a good prognosis and a good diagnosis compared to what other kids go through. And it's helped me take a step back. Anytime I'm stressed out or worried about something that's kind of trivial, I think to myself, hey, wait a minute, is this really that big of a deal? And then I realized that it could be much worse. So that's definitely helped me.
Why should people make a gift today to the Jimmy Fund?
I can't even begin to explain how awesome the Jimmy Fund is. I think they make a huge difference in the lives of the patients and their families. They make going through treatment a lot better. For one, I'll be back at the Jimmy Fund in October after a year, and I'm actually really excited to go back, which is like kind of crazy that someone is excited to go back to a cancer clinic, but that just goes to show how awesome the Jimmy Fund is and how important it is to these patients.
Brittany, you're pretty awesome. Thanks for coming
you.
on. Hope you have a lot of good hair days ahead.
Thank you.
She's got great hair, doesn't
Great
she?
hair day today, absolutely. Better than I've had in a while. All right, Brittany Mason with us. We're going to swing it back over to the WEEI side as we continue to try to raise money here in the battle against cancer. Make a gift. Help us strike out cancer right now.